Okay, number 9 and 10, it says graph the solution set for each inequality. So let's look at number 9. What I want you to notice about number 9, how it's different from number 10, number 9 has two variables, x and y. When we have two variables like this, we're going to get a slanted line. This only has one variable, x, which means we're going to get either a vertical or a horizontal line depending on the variable that we are given. So just keep that in mind. If we have two variables, we're going to get a slanted line. Okay, so in order for us to solve this, we've got to get y by itself. Since 4 is being multiplied by y, we're going to divide both sides by 4. And we're not dividing by a negative number, so we don't have to worry about flipping the inequality. And 2 divided by 4 is 1/2, so that's 1/2 x. Now when we look at this, we're looking at y equals mx plus b. And this is our y, this is our slope, x, and our b is 0. So when we graph this, we're going to start at 0, and then we're going to rise and run. So we're going to go up 1 over 2, up 1 over 2, up 1 over 2. We can even go backwards, down 1, backwards 2. Okay, so there's our line. Another way that you could do this is go to your y equals and type in 1 divided by 2x, and then go to your table and you can plot points there, 0, 0, 1 or 2, 1, 4, 2, and so on. Okay, so we can get our points from our graph. Alright, now what we're looking at is whether we're going to make this a solid line or a dashed line. If this has the line under it, we make it a solid line. Okay, so if it looks like this or this, that's going to be solid. If it looks like this or this, it's going to be dashed. Okay, and so what we have is one of these. So we're going to make this a dashed line. And then we have to decide if we're going to shade above or below. So if this is our line, this is the above, this is the below. Okay, and so since this is greater than, that means you're going to shade above. So that's going to be this part up here. Alright. On number 10, these same rules still apply, whether you're making it solid or dashed. But again, like I said, we only have one variable. Okay, so we're going to solve for that variable. So to do that, we're going to have to add 1 to both sides. So x is less than or equal to 3. Now, when you have only x, okay, so when you only have an x, that's a vertical line. And it's going to cross the x-axis at that number. If you only have y, that's a horizontal line. And that's going to cross the y-axis at that number. So for this one, we have x, it's going to cross the x-axis at 3. So here's the x value at 3, and it's going to cross it. So it's got to go this way, so it's going to be vertical. Because it has the line under it, it's going to be a solid line. Oops. And then it's less than. Well, here's our line. These x values over here are greater than. These x values over here are less than. So since it's less than, we're going to shade this side. Okay, now let's just say we had a y. Let's say we had y is less than or equal to 3, okay, instead of x. Then we would find the y value of 3, 1, 2, 3, which is right here, and we would make our horizontal line that goes this way. Okay, so on your test, you're going to be given one that has an x and a y, and then you're going to be given one that either has just an x or just a y. So you're going to have to remember how, which one is which. Okay, so remember x, here's your x-axis right here. So if you're going to cross it, you got to be vertical. Okay, y, here's your y-axis. So if you're going to intersect it, it's got to be horizontal. Okay, so find those values on the x-axis or the y-axis, and then just draw a line that goes through those values.